Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Good evening. My name is Tyler Johnson, and as the Vice President of the senior class, I would like to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2014. Thank you for being here this evening to be part of such a momentous occasion. It is now my pleasure to introduce the principal of Ross High School, Mr. Brian Martin.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Brian Martin, and it is my honor to be the principal of Ross High School. Tonight is a very exciting event for our graduates, and one in which they have earned the right to be seated before you. Tonight is a celebration of the academic accomplishments of our students. It is a different type of celebration than that of an athletic event. It is a different celebration than that of a musical competition or a drama presentation. It is a different celebration than homecoming or prom. Tonight's ceremony is one that deserves a high level of dignity and respect. I ask that you take a minute to put your electronic devices on vibrate or turn them off. I also ask that you refrain from sidebar conversations, as this distracts from the enjoyment of all our guests. And lastly, I ask that you do not use any type of air horn or noisemaker at any point during this ceremony. The young people seated before you tonight have put in long hours and a lot of hard work to be here this evening, and I think we can all agree that each and every one of them deserves to hear their name called as they approach the podium. Let's join together to ensure that they have a commencement ceremony worth remembering. Now it is with great pleasure that I introduce the president of the Ross High School class of 2014, Mr. Braden Hayes.
Welcome to the Ross High School Class of 2014 Commencement Ceremony. As stated, my name is Braden Hayes, and I am the president of the class of 2014. It is my pleasure to be here with you tonight. I would like to take a minute to introduce the people sitting on the dais with me tonight. Please stand and remain standing as I introduce you. Audience, please hold your applause until all names have been called. Mr. Steve Stitzinger, President of the Ross Local School Board. Mr. David Brown, Vice President of the Ross Local School Board. Mr. Ed Bossy, member of the Ross Local School Board. Mrs. Glinda Holt, member of the Ross Local School Board. Mr. Brian Martin, principal of Ross High School. Mr. Tyler Johnson, vice president of the class of 2014. Mr. Brian Smith, English teacher at Ross High School. Mrs. Rachel Liebreth, counselor at Ross High School. Mr. Keith Kleinfelter, counselor at Ross High School. Mrs. Belle Allen, counselor at Ross High School. Mr. Ray Little, Director of Personal and Special Services for the Ross Local School District. Mrs. Kathy DeBlasi, Director of the Curriculum for the Ross Local School District. Ms. Kathy McMonigal, Treasurer for the Ross Local School District. Ms. Erica Olden, Secretary of the Ross High School Class of 2014. Ms. Hannah Smith, Treasurer of the Ross High School Class of 2014. Mrs. Amy Webb, Assistant Principal of the Ross High School. And Mr. Greg Young, Superintendent of the Ross Local Schools. Joining us in the audience this evening are special guests Mr. Bill Miller, CEO/Superintendent of Butler Tech, and Mr. Rick Pate, Principal of D. Russell Lee Career Technology Center. Thank you for being with us this evening. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Greg Young, Superintendent of Ross Local Schools.
Thank you, Braden. Good evening. On behalf of the Ross Local School District Board of Education and the faculty and staff of Ross High School, I would like to welcome you to Ross High School's 83rd commencement. Seated before us this evening are 233 individuals who came together some 13 years ago as 5- and 6-year-olds to begin a journey that unites us here tonight. While they remain individuals in their own right and have grown towards their respective goals, they have also come together as a class with its own personality, a class with its own characteristics, and a class that leaves its own unique signature on Ross High School. Through hard work and dedication, the class of 2014 has compiled a record of excellence, teamwork, and achievement. They have represented themselves in our school district in an outstanding manner. Class of 2014, our community is proud of you, and as their representative, I stand before you tonight and share with you a great sense of pride on your accomplishment. Over the next few days, graduates, you will undoubtedly be receiving some gifts for your accomplishment. I've been wondering what type of gift today's high school graduate would like to receive. No doubt you have some ideas about that. I remembered the gifts I received when I graduated from high school. A suitcase, a hardbound copy of Webster's Dictionary, still have it, and a clock radio with a snooze alarm. Sound exciting, graduates? Well, if not, don't feel too bad for me. I'd already received the electronic marvel of the era for my birthday a few months earlier, and that was an 8-track tape player. But the more I thought about gifts for graduates of this era and graduation itself, the more I got to thinking that perhaps I was focusing on the wrong kind of gifts and the wrong type of giving. After all, when one thinks about graduation and all that it represents, one also has to think about the hundreds, perhaps thousands, of good acts and deeds that work together to bring us here tonight. You see, the gift giving really doesn't begin with graduation. Rather, graduation is a result of years of giving and countless gifts. Think about it, class of 2014. Think about the gifts from your parents. Besides the clothes on your back, a place to sleep, and something to eat, there have been countless trips to school for plays, concerts, practices, meetings, and other free taxi services. Through good times and bad, your parents have been there to listen, to give you a hug, and show their support. On behalf of the Ross Local School District, I want to take a moment to thank the parents of the class of 2014 for being outstanding partners with us over the past 13 years. At this time, I'd like the parents of tonight's graduates to please stand, and class of 2014, will you join me in giving your parents a round of applause for all that they've done? Parents, stand up, please. Thank you. Besides your parents, graduates, think also about gifts you've received from your church, family, and friends. They've helped you learn who you are and shape who you will be. Your friends have helped you learn to be part of a larger community. With them, you learn to work as a team and to get along with others. Together, you learn how to support each other, and that together you are stronger, smarter, and better than you would be if you stood alone. And graduates, think about gifts from members of our school community. For 13 years, they have dedicated their lives to your growth and your future. They have shared what they know, and they have helped you become more than you would have been without the knowledge and the skills that they taught you. Sometimes they pushed you harder than you liked. Sometimes they picked you up when you fell. And many times they stood with tears in their eyes and cheered your successes. All of these gifts of love, have helped you to complete your journey to this place. How much more significant they are than the tangible gifts I talked about earlier. Those gifts will break or they'll go out of style, but the gifts that got you here tonight will last forever. Graduates, I would like to ask two things of you. First, as you write your thank you notes for your graduation presents, remember to thank those people who gave you these special gifts of love and support, the gifts that made a real difference. Second, don't keep these gifts to yourself. As you leave Ross High School and move forward with your respective lives, remember to share the gifts. Pass them along to others so they will learn from you and grow stronger because their lives have touched yours. In closing, I wish each and every member of the class of 2014 good luck, and may God bless you throughout your lives. Thank you.
This time it is my pleasure to introduce one of the co-valedictorians for the class of 2014, Mr. Jonathan Hogeback.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Hi. Robe wearers, graduate people I've spent the last some 13 years with. We're going on to the real stuff. We essentially have the ability to do whatever we want as soon as this ceremony is over. We finally no longer have to legally be within the confines of that freezing high school building from 7:20 to 2:10 every day. Whether you're going off to college, bumming around at your parents' house, or joining the military, and I'm looking at you, Lizzie Garrison, stay safe. The door to the world is open, and we're all getting a polite, forceful shove right outside and a big old ugly cement door in the face that reads, "Childhood and possibly fun," and we're not allowed back in. I don't know about you guys, but as soon as I left the building on the last day of school, I had that feeling you get when you're trudging up the steps and your foot misses the next one up, and for the second your foot's suspended in the air, you don't know whether you'll fall down and it'll all be over, or you'll touch the ground again and everything will be okay. Being stuck in what someone called prison-like conditions of a public high school has given us all some freedoms we're no longer going to have. No more detentions or a simple slap on the wrist for acting up. It's jail time, folks. No more showing up to work without your supplies. I've watched enough Grey's Anatomy to know for sure that if you don't bring your equipment, in the real world, everything can go wrong. For some of us, me included, the time has come to move away from all the people we know to start fresh in new communities. And here's my obligatory shout out to my mom, my dad, sister, and grandparents, all people I'm moving away from. For others, Ross will stay not only in the heart, but at the bottom of the feet. The big difference for all of us, though, is that we no longer have influence over just a 233-person class. We now have the power to influence the entire world.
The whole world.
We represent not only ourselves singularly, but each other together as we go off and roam wherever it is we'll all go. Now more than ever, it's our time to take responsibility and recognize the effects of our actions and our behaviors. What's key in this is knowing and considering that the small things we do and say without even realizing it affect the world around us. You say something like, "Don't cry like a girl." It's setting up a collective belief that girls are weak or lesser human beings. When you say, "That's so gay," it should go without saying why that's inconsiderate. You make a joke about someone's religion, someone's appearance, anything, and while it's usually said with harmless intentions, it reflects such ignorance in yourself and of the people around you. Being conscious of the power you have in forging and continuing certain ideas is a dire responsibility. Readily stopping yourself and others from treating anyone without the equality and respect they deserve based on race, gender, sexuality, religion, idea, whatever, makes such a difference. Even if you believe your voice or actions don't matter to the world or to society as a whole, they at least matter to those who you speak to and interact with every day. And aren't those the people you would want to be sure to influence with goodness most of all? The best way to better the world immediately around you is to think past even the smallest things that reflect the worst actions. Just think. We're no longer property of Ross High School. In my time here, I've seen both the worst and the best of my friends and fellow students, so I know that despite the bad, everyone has goodness in them. We're finally card-carrying members of the real world, and we've got a duty to treat it well and treat it even better than we ever treated Ross. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the other co-valedictorian for the class of 2014, Miss Samantha Walker.
Hello. Firstly, I would like to welcome everyone here tonight and thank all the people who have influenced the graduates. My name is Samantha Walker, and I wouldn't be here if not for many wonderful parents, teachers, and administrators. So thank you. Now, let me start by saying that I am a nerd, and I am proud of being a nerd. It has made me appreciate many things about life and connect with a lot of new people that I would not have otherwise connected with. But the best thing about being a nerd is the dedication that I can give to everything around me. I am allowed to be over-enthusiastic about everything, like jump up and down enthusiastic. And since I'm a nerd, most of the time my enthusiasm focuses around books and people. My favorite book is, by far, The Fault in Our Stars, which focuses around a love story that is anything but typical, which is why I love the book. But what's great about loving a book so much is that I have found a community of people around me dedicated to the same exact thing. I can share experiences and thoughts, troubles and hardships, and connect with people through a common passion. One of my favorite quotes from the novel states, "The world is not a wish-granting factory." While this may seem discouraging or somber, it actually has much truth for what we as graduates are going through right now. The world doesn't grant our wishes, we do. I encourage everyone here to find what they are passionate about and follow it wherever it may lead, and not to let the world toss you around. Make your own path and find your own passions. Another thing I learned from The Fault in Our Stars is to not judge. It doesn't matter who you are, what you like, or who you like. Accept everyone and everything. Acceptance and love is vital to having healthy relationships and being happy with yourself. If you don't judge others, it's more than likely you'll stop judging yourself so much too, which is something I have learned from personal experience and am constantly working on. The last thing I learned from The Fault in Our Stars is to band together. Stick together through the thick and the thin, and you'll grow much closer to your friends and family. I have also experienced this within the Ross community. We had each other's back when Nikki and Dallas were yanked suddenly from our grasps, when one of our amazing show choir grandmas was diagnosed with breast cancer, and we will have many more times to come when Ross needs to show its strength, and I know that we will succeed. After looking at all of this together, being a nerd doesn't sound so bad, right? I'm allowed to be overenthusiastic, love things with all my heart, and connect with people over common interests. My love of reading has taught me to not judge anyone and to band together within my community. To quote The Fault in Our Stars, "I'm on a roller coaster that only goes up, my friend." We are all on the roller coaster of life, but don't just be the rider, design your own track. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Sterling Finkbein and the Ross High School Choirs.
But you see, I'm a they, a kid on the way, a family on my mind. I'm 45 for a moment. The sea is high and I'm heading into a crisis, chasing the years of my life. 15, there's still time for you, time to buy and time to lose yourself within a morning star. 15, I'm alright with you. 15, there's never a wish better than this. When you only got 100 years to live, as time goes by, suddenly you're wise. Another blink of an eye, 67 is gone. The sun is getting high. We're moving on. I'm 99 for a moment. I'm dying for just another moment, and I'm just dreaming, counting the ways to where you are. 15, there's still time for you. 22, I feel hurt too. 33, you're on your way. Every day's a new day. Ooh, da 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 da. 15, there's still time for you. Time to buy and time to choose. Make 15. There's never a wish better than this. When you only got 100 years to live.
Good evening. My name is Amy Webb, and it is my pleasure to be the assistant principal at Ross High School. I'm honored to be recognizing the student achievements of the 2014 graduating class. As I recognize each group of students, I ask that you please hold your applause until I've completed each group. The first group that will be recognized this evening are our departmental scholars. These students were nominated by their teachers as the top students in their respective departments. Students, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Audience, please hold your applause until all names have been read. For agriculture, we have Sydney Minnick. Business, Kaylee Morton. CBIP, Ben Clark. English, Jonathan Hogeback. Family and Consumer Sciences, Shelby Thomas. For fine arts in the drama performance category, Devin Swanson. Drama technical, Josh Lear. Instrumental, Eric Hengler. Visual, Erica Eppert. Vocal, Samantha Walker. Foreign language, Mandarin Chinese, Nick Goins. Spanish, Hannah Smith. Industrial technology, Andrew Dunn. Journalism, Braden Hayes. Mathematics, Jacob Hieman. Science, Ben Wolf. And social studies, Braden Hayes. Congratulations, departmental scholars. Next, I would like to recognize all of the students graduating with an honors diploma. These students' names are denoted with an asterisk in your program. To qualify for this award, a student must meet 8 of the 9 following requirements: 4 years of English, 3 years of math, social studies, science, and foreign language, 1 year of fine arts or business, a GPA of 3.5 or higher, and an ACT score of 27 or a SAT score of 1210. Students, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing, and audience, please hold your applause until all names have been called. William Joseph Buelsing, Cheyenne McKenna Clark, Kylie Tamara Cornwell, Aaron Joseph Davis, Erica Marie Eppert, Braden Eric Hayes, Jacob Bernard Heumann, Eric William Hengler, Samuel Andrew Hickenlooper, Jonathan Tyler Hogeback, Derek J. Howell, Dana Christine Johnson, Madison Elizabeth Lewis, Kelsey Lynn Lockard, Jacob Allen Lomax, Tyler Allen Metzger, Sydney Alexandra Minnick, Clayton Jeffrey Napier, Elena Lethy Olden, Clint Joseph Oliver, Shannon Nancy O'Toole, Benjamin David Schaefer, Samuel James Smiley, Hannah Lynn Smith, Ashley K. Sprandel, Catherine Ashley Steelman, Cheney Dean Steimel, Andrew Joseph Stanger, Devin Nicole Swanson, Samantha Marie Walker, James Zachary Wells, Benjamin Lewis Wolf, and Jay Zing. Congratulations. Next, we will be recognizing all of the National Honor Society members from the graduating class of 2014. Students, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Audience, again, please hold your applause until all names have been read. Will Buelsing, Carolyn Conrad, Allison Doherty, Erica Eppert, Allie Hall, Braden Hayes, Eric Hengler, Dana Johnson, Madison Lewis, Jacob Lomax, Sam Madden, Sydney Minnick, Elena Olden, Clint Oliver, Hannah Smith, Katie Steelman, Samantha Walker, and Jay Zing. Congratulations, National Honor Society members. At this time, we will recognize those students who have earned the Award of Merit. The criteria and recipients of this award are listed in your program. Students, again, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing until all names have been read. We have Aaron Adams, Haley Baker, William Buelsing, Cheyenne Clark, Tara Kahn, Carolyn Conrad, Kylie Cornwell, Tiffany Cupp, Aaron Davis, Eva Demaropoulos, Allison Doherty, Austin Engel, Erica Eppert, Erica Gentry, Alexandra Hall, Braden Hayes, Jacob Heumann, Eric Hengler, Samuel Hickenlooper, Diane Hoffman, Jonathan Hogeback, Derek Howell, Ashley Huff, Dana Johnson, Madison Lewis, Kelsey Lockard, Jacob Lomax, Elijah Lovelace, Samantha Madden, Tyler Metzger, Sydney Minnick, Kaylee Morton, Clayton Napier, Elena Olden, Clint Oliver, Shannon O'Toole, Brianna Prater, Courtney Rhodes, Logan Rogers, Emily Schaefer, Magdalena Shep, Lindsay Schroeder, Benjamin Schaefer, Daniel Sheehan, Elizabeth Shoemate, Samuel Smiley, Hannah Smith, Ashley Sprandel, Catherine Steelman, Cheney Steimel, Andrew Stanger, Devin Swanson, Hannah Taskey, Samantha Walker, James Wells, Benjamin Wolf, and Jay Zing. Congratulations. Amidst the recognition for academic excellence this evening, we also want to recognize those students who have gone above and beyond to dedicate themselves to coming to school each and every day. This year, we have 10 students who have had perfect attendance for all 4 years of high school. This means 0 absences as well as 0 tardies to school. Students, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Audience, please hold your applause until all names have been read. We have Jonathan Clemens, James Galligan, Tiffany Gukian, Alexandra Hall, Tyler Metzger, Brianna Prater, Emily Schaefer, Lori Schmidt, Andrew Stanger, and Samantha Stockmeyer. Congratulations. In addition, one of the aforementioned students not only had perfect attendance all 4 years of high school, they also had perfect attendance all through middle school, as well as perfect attendance all through elementary school. And that person is Samantha Stockmeyer. Would you please stand, Samantha? Congratulations. As is the case every year, the graduating seniors of the class of 2014 have been awarded many scholarships. In this group sitting before you tonight, 88 students have earned scholarships for a total of over $5.2 million. Would those students who have earned scholarships please stand at this time? Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce one of our co-salutatorians, Miss Madison Lewis.
Good evening, parents, faculty, and fellow graduates. Before I begin, I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to thank all of the teachers, staff, and parents who have made tonight possible by supporting and encouraging us in everything. Tonight, I would like to talk to you all about choices. We all make choices every day. Some choices we make without being aware of them, like the curt tone of voice that slips out when you are frustrated or angry, or the people and friends you surround yourself with on a daily basis. Often the choices we do make can lead us to a billion other choices we have to make down the road. Some choices are swayed by peer pressure, while other choices are not always popular and go against what others think. If you will, travel with me back to kindergarten. We had choices to make back then, just as we have choices to make now. In kindergarten, the choices were typically simple, like, do I buy chicken nuggets for lunch or pack peanut butter and jelly? Do I stay inside to color or do I go outside to play kickball for recess? The choices we made were small, limited, and rather inconsequential because we had adults looking over us. As the years went on, the choices became more frequent and often harder decisions to make. Do I stay home to study for the test instead of going out to the party? Do I take the alcohol if it is illegally offered to me? With the passing years, we found that we had more freedom to make our own choices,
but we also found that we either reaped the benefit of good decisions or paid the cost for bad ones. At this place in our lives, seniors, we have been faced with more choices than ever before. We have been called to make huge and even scary decisions regarding our future and moving on to the next phases of our lives. With choice after choice being thrown at us day after day, it can often become insidiously easy to fall victim to the choices we make, to simply go with the flow and resign ourselves to the fact that whatever will be is meant to happen. It is because of this that now more than ever, we must compel ourselves to be very deliberate in the choices we make in our transition from high school to the world beyond. The time in high school is typically met with emotion and nostalgia. Many often view this ordeal as leaving high school. However, I would encourage you to view it as going from high school. Though these two words, leaving and going, seemingly convey the same literal meaning, there is a very deliberate difference between leaving and going. Leaving implies unwillingness and sadness, and although it is okay and even encouraged to be sentimental at this time, the transition is much easier if one is going. Going implies a very deliberate travel onto bigger and better things in life. Going is an optimistic outlook that high school is not the end, but simply the beginning. And so, to the class of 2014, we must constantly compel ourselves to not always be leaving places, but going places. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2014. It is now my pleasure to introduce the other co-salutatorian for the class of 2014, Ms. Sydney Minnick.
Thank you, Madison. Administration, friends, family, and distinguished guests, it is my honor to stand before you here today. I am in shock that 4 years have come and gone so quickly and we are all graduating. It seems like graduation was a lifetime away, as if everyone else experienced it besides us. But here we are, about to enter adulthood and leave behind all we thought we knew about the world outside of Ross, Ohio. Now, when I entered Ross in 8th grade, I actually wanted to leave. I wanted to go to a Catholic high school with all of my old friends. It wasn't because of Ross itself, more of that it was a shock from going to private school for 8 years and then being thrown into public school, where uniforms are only worn in sporting events, and makeup and nail polish were not just allowed, but also a must. So I took the Catholic high school entrance exam and qualified for scholarships, but ended up missing the deadline. So I stayed in Ross. That was the best misfortune to ever happen to me. When I look back at my 4 years here, I'm glad I missed that scholarship deadline. I have experienced more opportunities in Ross than I ever believed existed. I have met amazing people and created closer bonds with them than I ever could have imagined. Many unique experiences are engraved in my memory, like James Sandlin calling me up to the FFA banquet on stage and giving me chicken rings as a token of our friendship. Without Ross, I would not be who I am today. I joined FFA and came out of my shell, as my parents like to say, making it possible for me to give this speech. It is at Ross that I have succeeded, failed, laughed, and cried, but always knew no matter what happened, I would have a community supporting me and building me up. Missing that deadline was one of those annoying instances that Mr. Lewis discussed at baccalaureate, where he gave us the advice to don't sweat the little things. Even though to me, my 8th grade year, it seemed like the end of the world, now I know that it was the best thing to ever happen to me. God knew that this was the best plan for my future. It is proof that little annoyances can actually be blessings in disguise. It is important to maintain patience and remember my favorite quote, "Everything is okay in the end. If it's not okay, then it's not the end." We all must remember that not everything is going to go as planned in our future, but sometimes it's because there is something better planned. Another blessing I must mention are my parents, my dad, my mom, and Eric. They are the most supportive parents anyone could ever ask for, and I thank God for every night for their existence. I would also like to thank friends for putting up with me even when I wasn't in the most optimistic state, and also the teachers for not giving up on us in times of struggle, because it is with your determination and support that we are able to graduate today. I know this moment is bittersweet, exciting, yet scary, as we enter the unknown future and exit our little town of Ross to experience a greater and larger world. It is a sad yet proud day for parents as they see their child begin to find his or her footing in this new adult life. However happy, sad, exciting, or depressing it may be, it marks the beginning of a new, separate journey with unseen obstacles to come. Whatever is thrown our way, it is important to remember where we came from and who is behind us cheering. Thank you, class of 2014, for making this the best 4 years of my life. Although we must go separate ways, the kindness and support shown to me will never be forgotten. Thank you. Once again, our principal, Mr. Brian Martin.
As I do each year, I would like to recognize two very special groups of people who are very important to the members of the graduating class of 2014. Would all former, current, and future members of the United States Armed Forces please stand and be recognized at this time? Would all Ross Local School District staff who have worked with these graduates during their educational journeys please stand and be recognized? Part of this group deserves special recognition as the 2013-2014 school year will be their last at Ross High School. Their contributions have affected thousands of Ross High School students. Retirees, it's time for a final bow. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing until all names are called. It's a class of one. Mrs. Marilyn Mandry. Seniors, I'm sure that everyone is giving you advice at this point in your life, and I guess that I'm not going to be any different this evening. That being said, I have a very specific piece of advice for you. Stop taking selfies. I'm not talking about the type of picture where you're with your BFF or a group of friends like the one Ellen took at the Oscars or the top 10 took on awards day. Those aren't selfies. I don't know what their name is, but they're not selfies, okay? I'm talking about the kind where you're sitting alone in front of your computer, or you're in your car at a red light, or the worst, the absolute worst, you're in front of a mirror somewhere in your house. If you are going to document your life using pictures and Twitter and Facebook, then at least live a life worth documenting. To be interesting means that you have to do things that are interesting. Live the kind of life where people want to take pictures of or tweet about the amazing things that you're doing, rather than showing the world what you're not doing. Challenge yourself, try new things, experience the world around you. Find something in life that you're passionate about and dedicate yourself to pursuing that passion. I know that I am blessed because I found my passions, my family, and my job. I have a wife and daughter that are my world, and a job at a high school that I absolutely love. Seniors, you've spent 18 years having others tell you what to do with your life. Now it's all in your hands and it's all in front of you. How interesting are you going to make it? Which direction are you going to trend? Class of 2014, it has been my honor to serve as your principal. As you prepare to receive your diplomas, please know that I am so very proud of you. I love you guys very much. Good luck and God bless. Mr. Young, Mr. Stitzinger, members of the Board of Education, parents, staff, and guests, it is my pleasure to present to you the Ross High School class of 2014. As their principal, I certify that each and every candidate has met all of the requirements as set forth by the Ohio Department of Education and the Ross Local School District. Please allow me to introduce Mr. Steve Stitzinger, President of the Ross Local School Board.
To Mr. Martin, Mr. Young, honored guests, family and friends, and the graduating class of 2014, welcome. On behalf of the members of the Board of Education, I would like to extend our congratulations to each and every member of the class of 2014. Your hard work, determination, and dedication are on display through your presence here this evening and the numerous scholarships, awards, and honors earned by your graduating class. These honors also reflect the hard work and dedication of your teachers, support staff, and the administration of the Ross Local School District. And as the parent of a graduate myself, I know they also reflect the pushing and prodding and the love and pride of your parents and your families. As you leave Ross High School, do not lose that dedication and determination, your commitment to excellence and hard work that brought you to this moment. You will encounter many challenges and changes throughout your life. I can assure you of that. As a matter of fact, your class has seen many changes over the course of your lives, and here are just two. When your class was born in 1995 and 1996, only 34% of Americans had a personal computer, only 24% of Americans had a modem, and only 16% subscribed to an online service. In 1996, less than 20% of Americans had a cell phone. Today, you use the internet at home, at school, in your car, to watch television, to fill out job applications, and I could go on and on. And it seems to some parents that your smartphone is an appendage of your body. When your class started kindergarten, there was a World Trade Center. A week later, there was not. You don't know what changes, good or ill, life has in store. I can tell you this, however, that dedication, commitment to excellence, and hard work will guide you through the changes life has in store for you. Stick to your ideals and let others catch up to you. Finally, I know that he's controversial, but this quote from Richard Nixon resonates with me. I hope it will with you as well. You must never be satisfied with success, and you should never be discouraged by failure. Failure can be sad, but the greatest sadness is not to try to fail, to try and fail, but to fail to try. In the end, what matters is that you have always lived life to the hilt. Live life to the hilt, never fail to try, whatever your pursuits may be. We all wish you continued success in the future and the best of luck always. On behalf of the Board of Education, I accept the Ross High School class of 2014 for graduation. Please allow me to introduce Mr. Brian Smith, who will assist in the presentation of diplomas.
Braden Eric Hayes. Tyler Matthew Johnson. Erica Ann Olden. Hannah Lynn Smith. Stacy Michelle Abbott. Aaron Glenn Adams. Rachel Marie Ahrens. Julia Elizabeth Allgaier. Courtney McCara Anders. Sierra Megan Anderson. Brandon David Arcaro. Malia Marie Arvin. Dylan Thomas Ains. Haley Danielle Baker. Blake Richard Ballard. Bailey Nicole Balzer. Victoria Lynn Barger. Samantha Lynn Beckman. Zachary Thomas Belcher. Ryan Stewart Bell. Mackenzie Kathleen Bolton. Mitchell Joseph Bolton. Alexis Jordan McKell Bowes. Samantha Marie Bradle. Joseph Gunnar Brashear. Billy J. Browning. William Joseph Bulsing. Zachary Ian Burnett. Nicholas Anthony Capella. Katie Joe Carroll. Alex Jacob Carey. Elizabeth Ray Chandler. Leah Renee Cheney. Andrew Stephen Chase. Kirsten Lee Chow. Cheyenne McKenna Clark. Taylor Cheyenne Clark. Eric Richard Claxton. Jonathan Matthew Clemens. Tanner Allen Kloss. Christopher Scott Combs. Jordan Lane Combs. Tara Michelle Kahn. Carolyn June Conrad. Kylie Tamra Cornwell. Clayton Jeffrey Costello. Austin Michael Cox. Tiffany Brianna Cup. Aaron Joseph Davis. Eva Elizabeth Demaropoulos. Emma Kathleen Demopoulos. Andrew Daniel Dietz. Allison Elizabeth Campbell Doherty. James Christopher Douglas. Colin Marshall Duncan. Andrew Allen Dunn. Austin Anthony Engel. Erica Marie Eppert. Kyle Nicholas Eschenbrenner. Tori Ann Faulkner. Caitlin Louise Finn. Kylie Aaron Fox. Philip Randall Frankenfield. Morgan Lynn Fuller. James Michael Galligan. Elizabeth Karen Garrison. Brooke Alexandra Garrett. Caitlin Elizabeth Garrow. Erica Elizabeth Gentry. Benjamin Paul Geraci. Amanda Marie Gilbert. Nicholas James Goins. Brenda Jean Gonzalez. Jordan Mitchell Gruppenhoff. Tiffany Marie Guckian. Amanda Louise Haas. Alexandra Paige Hall. Anna Christine Hall. Eric William Hammerly. Luke Thomas Hannon. Adam Michael Harris. John Bradley Harris. Leanne Nicole Harris. Maria Gabrielle Grace Harris. Tiffany Lynn Harris. Christina Michelle Hayes. Caitlin Noel Headley. Jacob Bernard Heeman. Jane Marie Heinkreiter. Eric William Hengler. Andrew Jordan Hibbard. Samuel Andrew Hickenlooper. Kelly Marie Higgins. Diane Grace Hoffman. Jonathan Tyler Hogeback. Caitlin Ann Holbert. Dallas Hopkins III. Darren James Horan. Derek J. Howell. Jessica Lynn Huntelman. Ashley Michaela Huff. Lauren Brooke Hutchins. Zachary Justin Thomas Isgrove. Casey Ann Ivy. Trent Allen Jarvis. Dana Christine Johnson. Ryan William Jones. Kyla Renee Keller. Christian Hunter Kelly. Angelina Malagras Kimball. Cameron Roger King. Jesse Alexander King. Tyler Dante King. Caitlin Sarah Kitts. Tara Lynn Kleinfelter. Courtney Marie Lamb. Zachary Alexander Lavelle. Madison Lynn Lawson. Madison Elizabeth Lewis. Joshua William Lear. Kelsey Lynn Lockard. Jacob Allen Lomax. Elijah Jacob Lovelace. Christopher Robin Lovins. Ronnie Marlon Lazada. Robert Wayne Lucenhop. Samantha Joe Madden. Alexander Patrick Moritz. Alexis Sue McConnell. Reagan Elizabeth McDaniel. Blake Allen McGurran. Sean Michael McKee. Jeremy Dylan McQueen. Tyler Allen Metzger. Kevin Floyd Myers. Pierce Andrew Mills. Sydney Alexandra Minnick. Daniel James Mode. Corey Jerome Mock. Madison Melanie Moore. Kaylee Nicole Morton. Kristen Suzanne Mullins. Alexandra Kirsten Negley. Olivia McKenna Negley. Shane Austin Negley. Clayton Jeffrey Napier. Dennis William Omer. Elena Lady Olden. Clint Joseph Oliver. Amber Michelle Ortman. Megan Teresa Ostelhoff. Shannon Nancy O'Toole. Jeremiah Jonathan Parker Jr. Michael Andrew Pate. Gavin Lee Peacock. Thomas River Peacock. Zachary Elijah Petrie. Jacob Randall Phelps. Aaron Ray Plummer. Joseph Stoughton Prashak. Brianna Nicole Prater. Taylor Mackenzie Priestman. Tyler Brooke Priestman. Madison Alexandria Reed. Colin Dale Renner. Shelby Michaela Reynolds. Heather Ann Reinfrank. Courtney Lynn Rhodes. Brandon Joseph Richmond. Shelby Lynn Riley. Logan Mackenzie Rogers. Austin Michael Russell. Haven Shay Salyers. Samantha Marie Salyers. James Edward Sandlin. Emily Faye Schaefer. Lori Margaret Schmidt. Magdalena Irene Sheff. Lindsay Renee Schroeder. Monica Marie Schwab. Stephen Thomas Schweitzer. Kelsey Lee Jane Sebastian. Benjamin David Schaefer. William Joseph Schaefer. Brandon Roger Shakes. Daniel Allen Sheehan. Elizabeth Ann Shoemate. Nick Sizemore. Alex Skelton. Samuel James Smiley. Justice Nicole Smith. Spencer Robert Len Smith. Ashley K. Sprandel. Catherine Ashley Steelman. Cheney Dean Steimel. Andrew Joseph Stenger. William Andrew Stitzinger. Samantha Nicole Stockmeyer. Jessica Ann Struby. Devin Nicole Swanson. Hannah Marie Taskey. Sierra Nicole Taylor. Shelby Paige Thomas. Kennedy Taylor Truman. Alexis Nicole Vineyard. Zachary Tyler Viox. Jenna Renee Waldriff. Samantha Marie Walker. Kane Harrison Walsh. Joseph Henry Warman. Tara Lynn Webb. James Zachary Wells. Kayla Wells. Heather Lynn Wilder. Benjamin Lewis Wolf. Alexis Lee Wolf. Brianna Nicole Woods. Erin Grace Yohe. Cassidy Rose Young. Brennan Allen Zaff. Jay Zhang. Will everyone please rise, flip to the back of your program, and please join the Ross High School Choir in the singing of our alma mater.
name is Erica Olden, and I'm the secretary for the class of 2014.
My name is Hannah Smith, and I'm the treasurer for the class of 2014.
Seniors, you may turn your tassels.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present the class of 2014.
Copies of this program are available for $20 each. Send program title along with your address and check or money order to Waycross Community Media. Attention Dub Coordinator, 2086 Waycross Road, Forest Park, Ohio 45240. Or buy securely on the web at www.waycross.tv.
The Waycross Community Media Archive has community events, sports, civic and school concerts spanning over 3 decades. To order any production from Waycross, visit www.waycross.tv or call 513-825-2429.